Hello everyone. A brief overview of U visa. So the U visa is set aside for victims of certain crimes who have suffered mental or physical abuse and are helpful to law enforcement or government officials in the investigation or prosecution of criminal activity. So this encourages law enforcement to work with and protect immigrant crime victims, encourages abuse victims to report crimes even if they don't have lawful immigration status. Usually, it grants temporary status for up to 4 years, allows temporary status for certain family members, provides work permit. There is an annual cap of 10,000 visas. If the cap is reached, USCIS will create a waiting list for any eligible derivative applicants. Once additional visas become available, these petitioners on the waiting list will receive their visa in the order in which their petition was received. Applicants that are added to this waiting list are eligible for deferred action. This allows the petitioner to obtain work authorization. So, the basic requirements for obtaining a U visa are: the crime must have occurred in the US or violated US law. Victim has credible and reliable information about the qualifying crime. Victim is generally willing to cooperate with law enforcement in the investigation. Victim must have suffered substantial physical or mental trauma as a result of qualifying crime. So, what are the list of statutory crimes? This includes abduction, blackmail, domestic violence, etc. Also, an attempt to commit any of these crimes or any substantially similar criminal activity can be considered as a qualifying crime. So, what are the filing requirements for U visa? The victim must apply. Basically, he or she should submit Form I-918 and 918 Supplement B, which is a certification signed by a law enforcement official. Personal statement from the victim describing the criminal activity, evidence to establish the eligibility requirements. So, if there are any inadmissibility grounds, the victim must file a waiver. If the victim is outside the United States, the victim must file all necessary paperwork for U visa with the Vermont Service Center and follow the instructions. The U visa extensions are only available in certain limited circumstances, which includes pending AOS, consular processing, based on a request from law enforcement, based on exceptional circumstances. U visa applicants can also adjust status. They must have been physically present in the US in U visa status for a continuous period of at least 3 years. They must not have unreasonably refused to provide assistance to law enforcement. Their family members are also eligible to apply for adjustment of status. The current processing time for U visas are approximately 56 months, and Nebraska Service Center also handles U visa adjudications. And that's the end of the presentation.